meet the man a couple years ago, and I was really impressed with an Elroy post picture he had, a painting he had, and I really wanted it, but I was told I couldn't have it. But it's my honor and my privilege to introduce John Picacio, our artist guest of honor.
Totally forgot about this whole Tonight Show thing. So did I. So here we are.
You having a good time?
Yeah, it's been terrific so far. Let's not pull over this phone. There we go.
That's all right. So you've been in Seattle for a couple days now so far.
Totally.
You got to see some sun. Today you got to see some rain.
Yeah. I mean, it was supposed to be torrential and it wasn't, so I'll take some credit.
You go from Texas, you know.
You weren't out in it.
Yeah.
That's right. True.
So, as our artist guest of honor, you brought some really great paintings downstairs. So.
Brought some stuff, yeah. Brought underpaintings and prints. And how many George R. Martin, Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones fans do we have out here? That's a few. Jeez, there is a lot of you. Wow. So I don't know if you wouldn't have heard this because I've kind of been told I had to keep it a secret.
It's just between you and me.
So thankfully none of you use Twitter, Facebook, or social media live. So we'll lay this out real quickly here. The short version is this. Some of you may not know this, but I did the artwork for the 2012 George R. Martin Song of Ice and Fire calendar. So you know, it's a calendar, so theoretically you would think that that goes out of print as of January 1st, 2012, because at that point it starts to become obsolete, right? That's what I thought. So when I signed the deal with Random House, long story short, I basically said, you get this, but I get to keep the right to the artwork for all time. So I get to basically, you know, make prints if I want to. And so once it's out of print, I should be able to do that. But then we had a little bit of negotiation since then and said, well, you don't get to sell them right away online, but you can do it in person if you want until July 1st, then you can sell them online. So if you're not confused yet, what that means is that essentially those prints are going to debut at this convention. But Norwescon is kind of the first official venue where you guys get to have a crack at these. And they're in the print shop, and there's only going to be 100 of each artwork. And go take a look at them. They're pretty spiffy. They're printed on Hahnemühle paper. Hahnemühle is a German paper company who's been making paper since 1584. They kind of know what they're doing. And they're printed with archival inks, and you guys get first crack. So have at it.
The calendar, if you haven't seen the calendar is very beautiful. My boss, who has no interest whatsoever in Game of Thrones, really likes, I think, March. Is it March? February?
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
He came out to my desk a few times and admired the picture. I kept wondering why he was coming out all the time. I thought, did I do something wrong? No, he just wanted to stare at my calendar. When I switched it over to April, he was like, hey. And I'm like, do I want to give him his own calendar? So he doesn't have the pictures? So
Rob Stark wasn't quite as fetching for
no, not at all. Not at all. So you got a couple panels this weekend.
I got a number of panels. Thanks to Sunny Jim. Let's give the program another hand. I mean, it's a roots. I'm very loaded, but there's a couple of events that I'm pretty excited about. And the slideshow is always fun for me. I try to change it up for every convention. I try not to repeat it, just so it keeps it fresh for me. But I'll be talking about the process of how I do what I do. It's a combination of traditional and digital. So we'll go through that. Questions are always welcome. It's a pretty casual event. So come on out. That'll be noon tomorrow. I forget what room, but you've got the programming book, so there you go. And then at 10 o'clock on Saturday, there will be the George R. Martin calendar panel where I'll basically go through a slideshow where I'll detail a few of the pictures and talk about the process of how those are made and how it was to work with George on this project. And there's a number of stories to be told. Some that probably shouldn't be, but they will be. So yeah,
all right.
Saturday.
So we've started this. I'm a huge Elric fan, and there's been a lot of art in art interpretation of Elric, and I have a bunch, and I've collected a lot of books, and when I saw John's book that we used on our bookmarks, I was blown away. I mean, to me, he has captured the essence of Elric, and I want to applaud him for it.
When you get a gig like that, I mean, you're an artist that's working within a continuum of, you're talking about Michael Whalen, Robert Gould, Yoshitaka Amano, Pete Craig Russell, on and on and on. So you do your little beat and you pass it off to the next artist and it just keeps on going. But you try to do something that hopefully builds upon the vocabulary of what came before. You're certainly not going to try to match those guys. So thanks. Appreciate it.
I appreciate it. I thank you so much. So Johnny's going to be around all weekend, so make sure you go up and talk to him. He's a very personal guy. I can tell he's lovely, fun to talk to. So
I'm here.
appreciate it.
I'm here.
Thank you, John.